Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 23rd through the 29th. We're going to check in here and see what's coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising with this deck here. And since I didn't get a chance to do a love reading for August, we're going to pull some love and romance messages from this deck here at the end. So without further ado, my darling Taurus friends, let's jump right on in here and see what is coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. If you stumble upon this video outside of the dates I mentioned, don't you worry your pretty little head. You found the message when you were meant to find it, when you were ready to hear the messages in it. It is a general reading. Not every single message will resonate, but take what does and leave the rest. Without further ado, my darling Taurus friends, let's see what's coming up here for you guys. First card is the Queen of Pentacles. This is you and your energy, my dears. Obviously, Queen of Pentacles can be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but the Queen of Pentacles makes me think of that feminine Taurus energy. Just kind of like the sense of like working hard and playing hard, the domestic goddess energy, you know, having nice things, having a sense of enjoying the finer things in life, you know, being able to really have a space or a home in which you feel is like your sanctuary, a place where you can enjoy yourself, entertaining people, good food, good music, you know, good intimacy, all that good kind of stuff. That's what I think of when I see the Queen of Pentacles. Now, some of you can be focused on some money moves here because it is the Queen of Pentacles, so there can be an element of a business that comes up with this card. Some of you could be dealing with another earth sign coming into the situation that you might be wanting to collaborate with, but the Queen of Pentacles, I feel for the majority of you, is going to be you and your energy. Now, some of you have heard me say this before. In my readings, when I see the Queen of Pentacles, it's asking us to take time for physical self-care. Right? When we hear of physical self-care, sometimes we think of it as kind of like an insulting way, like go brush your hair or go work out or go look better. And that's not what I mean by physical self-care. I don't mean it in terms of like you're not taking care of yourself or you're being frumpy. I don't mean it in that way. When I say physical self-care, I mean really, really pampering yourself, treating yourself, creating a sense of luxury in your life. You can do this without spending money, okay? You can do this simply by making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure that you have your space clear, making sure that you're getting rid of clutter, making sure that your place feels like a sanctuary, right? Maybe waking up a little bit early and having a nice little morning routine. Maybe make your morning coffee a little fancy routine. Have your music morning playlist going, sit in a nice chair, have your little spot, really enjoy that cup of coffee. Sit down and journal. Whatever you can do to make it about you and make it feel good. Have a little nighttime winding down at the end of the day bedtime routine. Lotions that feel good on the skin. Pajamas, clothes that feel good on your body, you know. Just anything that you can do to kind of make yourself feel like you're treating yourself and you're pampering yourself without having to break the bank. What this does is help us with speeding up our manifesting because it's bringing us into our body, and we need to be grounded if we're manifesting. You know, everybody wants to visualize. Everyone wants to picture in their mind what they want, and that's a great aspect. That's a very powerful tool. But if we're not in our body and if we're not grounded, it's not going to take. It's not going to come into the physical world. So this can really help with bringing us to success, bringing us to, you know, being able to manifest things. Those of you who are really focused on work, it's an important time to make sure that you're grounding yourself. Be grounded through this physical self-care, okay? The next card coming up here for Taurus is the Queen of Swords, okay? There could be an air sign coming into the mix. Air signs are going to be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This can also be different aspects of yourself, okay? Sometimes I get ahead of the cards, and I was talking about people want to visualize and people want to picture things in their mind and they want to plan things in their head. But if you're not in your body, it's not going to take. And the Queen of Swords is that element of air. So this can be the sense of like the direction we're wanting to go in. right? You've thought about what you want to bring into your existence. Now is the time to get grounded, and now is the time to have boundaries. Some of you are not going to be able to get into your body and aren't going to be able to have the physical self-care and aren't going to be able to manifest or stay focused on your goals because there's too many people coming into your space and crowding you. Right? Taurus, you may be a very strong person. You may have a lot of people that look up to you for your strength and the things that you've overcome in your life, and they may be coming in like they want your help. Even if they're not asking you for money, even if they're not asking you to like leave your home and go do things for them, they may be taking a lot of your time and they may be taking a lot of your mental energy. Right? And this is the time when you have to say, I need this time and I need this mental energy for myself and I need to rest and I need to have my sense of sanctuary. So Queen of Swords can come up as a sense of needing stronger boundaries. Queen of Swords does not suffer fools. And the thing is that when she puts her foot down, she can come off as very cold or very like she just doesn't care. But when she comes up, it's necessary, right? You need to protect your space. You need to protect your boundaries. You need to protect what you've been working for. Queen of Swords also can have a little bit of a fed up energy. Like people have let her down. Things haven't gone according to plan. So she can be very much the energy of like coming in and overcoming these obstacles and taking control of her life. I feel some of you might be cutting somebody out of a financial plan or financial agreement. Maybe some of you have been very generous to others and you're not going to be generous anymore. People might be coming to you and wanting to collaborate with you, or you may have a collaboration that's beginning to take off and beginning to be successful, and you may put your foot down and tell this person, no, you don't get to be a part of this. Some of you might be preparing to cut somebody out of a business partnership even, or business agreement. But Queen of Swords is really taking charge, taking leadership, taking ownership, and making the decisions that need to be made without really caring too much about what other people are going to say about it or what other people are going to think about it. Your next card here, my dears, is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is very much a card about, it can be standing your ground, but for me, when the Seven of Wands comes up, it's this energy like you're on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay? You're on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. Some of you may have a lot of criticism coming in, and that might be why the Queen of Swords is here. Everybody wants to, act like you're fine and you don't need anything when you're struggling and when you're trying to crawl out of the ditch. They don't help you. But once you're out of the ditch, that's when everybody is going to come up and criticize the way you came out of the ditch and what you're doing now that you're out of the ditch. Hello, where were you when I was struggling? Now that I'm getting control of things, now that things are getting better, now you want to come with advice, now you want to come with suggestions. Where were you when I was trapped and I was trying to get out of that hole? And that's the energy I'm feeling here around this. And Seven of Wands says, Taurus, look, at the end of the day, people's opinions aren't going to pay your bills. They're not going to keep you warm at night. They're not going to, comfort you at the end of a bad day. They're not going to make you laugh. They're not gonna, well, maybe they might make you laugh, but they're not going to do anything for you. What are you going to do with it, right? Nothing. It's useless. And so Seven of Wands for me is that card that says, look, you're on the right track. Seven of Wands, you see how there's these wands here at the bottom? Sometimes for me, these are people that want to talk trash, or they want to come in and they want to say something because they want to, take that little stick and grab you by the ankle and try to yank you down to their level so that you fight with them, you argue with them, you're back down where they are. Really, though, Taurus, if you find yourself getting a lot of criticism this week or in the coming weeks, it's not because they feel that you don't deserve it. They just feel very jealous. They feel very jealous. Like, you came out. You did something other people couldn't do. You came out on top and they can't stand it. And they're criticizing. They're criticizing and they want to talk all kinds of trash about what you're doing because you did something they couldn't do. That's the feeling and the vibe I'm getting from the Seven of Wands. It's really important that you not let these people bait you. Okay, some of you in a work situation are getting a lot of positive attention, and it's driving certain people you work with crazy, and they feel and they sense that you're about to move up, right? And let's be honest, right now economically, it's a very, very delicate time for a lot of people, right? Because of what's going on in the world and the way that we do business is changing. People are really, holding on to their jobs with dear life. And when they see you getting this attention and they see you on the verge of moving up, it's like they feel like, it's like a matter of survival for them. Like they might look at you like they have to come and they have to take you down, because if you have this success, you're taking it away from them. And so some of you are dealing with people around you in the work atmosphere that they see you're being seen in a good light, and they're doing whatever they can to try to kind of trip you and make you look bad. They might do things to upset you. They might do things to get a reaction out of you so that they can say, aha, look, Taurus has such a terrible temper. Oh gosh, Taurus is so unpredictable. Taurus is overly sensitive. Taurus is moody. Taurus has terrible people skills. They may be doing things to try to pull you into something to kind of try to throw mud on you. Don't let them. You just keep doing what you're doing. When you find people stepping up to you, you may be really tempted to push back. But remind yourself, you know what? I must be doing really well right now. I must be doing really well right now, that people are noticing me, that people are feeling threatened by me, and you just keep on your course. You keep on your path. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? And don't feel like you need to go off your path to put anybody in their place. It's not worth it right now. It's just going to slow you down. You don't need to get mud on you. Your next card here, Taurus, is the Ace of Wands. An Ace of Wands is seizing an opportunity. Okay? Now, Ace of Wands is also very phallic, and sometimes Ace of Wands can come up and tell me that there's something happening with the root chakra being unblocked. That could be happening with some of you, right? This is a reading that we just had the Lionsgate portal open up on the 8th. We had the full moon happening on the 22nd. Full moon is a time of release. Full moon is a time of clearing. So some of you might have a lot of clearing happening in the root chakra. Root chakra could be opening up right now. You might be feeling more confident. You might be turning your attention more towards the physical things and being more grounded in your body. And you might have a little bit of friskiness coming up here to the surface. That could be happening for some of you, Taurus. But Ace of Wands energetically is going to be about seizing an opportunity. And I see Ace of Wands come up sometimes when we want to turn our nose up at something because we think it's not that big of a deal. But the Ace of Wands comes in with the message that this is something that if you take hold of it, it's going to branch out. It's going to grow. It's going to blossom and bloom into something bigger. Okay? Now, I don't mean to get all biblical on you guys because I know some of you don't like it, but those of you who watch my readings, you know sometimes Spirit will bring a Bible story to me to give me a message because I understand those stories. They were drilled in my head since I was like 2 years old, so sometimes Spirit will communicate with me in this way. And so there's a Bible story when Moses was leading the Israelites through the wilderness, and they wanted to have priests or they wanted to have leaders. And so they took sticks or they took branches from trees, and it was said that the branches were going to be given to the different men, and whoever branch blossomed with flowers, they were going to be a priest. They were going to be one of the leaders. And if I'm not mistaken, Moses' brother Aaron, his branch in the morning had flowers coming out of it. It began to bloom and flowers were coming out of it. And so I always, not always, but sometimes I'll see that in this card, and I'm seeing that in this card for some of you. So there's like this sense of like anointing or like being chosen, like you're being given this chance and you're giving this opportunity, but it's like you're being chosen for something very new and something that's going to grow into being something very important. So for some of you, it can have to do with something spiritual. Maybe you're feeling that spirit is coming in and giving you an opportunity in which you're feeling anointed by spirit to bring about help or healing in some way by using your gifts or your talents. Or maybe in work situation, you're being chosen and you're being given a responsibility or obligation that's going to grow into you leading a lot of people, like a new department coming up or something, right? But for me, sometimes this card comes in with like, this is an opportunity that's being given to you, but it's something very special, like you've been chosen for this, and it's going to expand into something that's very important. And that's the vibe I'm getting here, Taurus, okay? And keep in mind that when you have that light on you, you are going to get, you know, people that are jealous. You are going to get people that are going to try to, you know, knock you down from where you are. Don't let them distract you. Stay focused on the work you're feeling guided to do. Take really good care of yourself in that physical self-care. Stay grounded. Treat yourself. Pamper yourself. And you're going to be able to get a lot of important things done. We're going to check out a couple of messages here for love and romance. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if you haven't already. Some weeks that might resonate with you more than your sun sign, or it might add a little extra information. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Alrighty, my dear. So clarifier one, not clarifier one, I'm sorry. Love card number 1, love card number 2, and love card number 3. Love card number 1, we have the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups can come up in a couple of different ways. There could be somebody pursuing us, but we're so focused on other things that we're not even noticing them. We're not even noticing that they're trying to come in and they're trying to give us a cup. But the feeling that I'm feeling here for you, Taurus, I'm feeling the feeling of too little, too late. I kind of feel like some of you have real, and I'm going back to that example of crawling out of the ditch. I feel like a lot of you had this really hard part of your life, or maybe the last 2 weeks were kind of complicated and you had to fix a lot, you had to overcome a lot, and now somebody wants to come in and be like, oh Taurus, oh honey, oh let me be here for you, oh let me help you out, and you're just kind of like, where the heck were you? Where the heck were you? I feel like some of you in your love life, you feel like everything is on your shoulders and you don't like it. And now that they're trying to come in, that things are better or things are going easier, you're just like I almost feel like somebody's putting their hand on her shoulder and she's like jerking her shoulder, like don't touch me, like get your hand off my shoulder. Like that's the feeling I'm feeling here, right? Now this doesn't mean that you have to break up with this person or you have to cut this person out of your life, but I definitely do feel like you're just like, you're gonna have to step up more. Right? If you're going to be around, you're going to have to step up more. For other people, the 4 of Cups can be that you have options. You've been wanting to manifest love. You've been wanting to manifest a relationship. You have people pursuing you. You're just not impressed with anybody. Nobody's really quite doing it for you right now. Okay? Those can be messages that come in with the 4 of Cups. You guys, a lot of you have heard my example with the 4 of Cups about being divine discontentment. You might be feeling like you want more out of your relationship or more out of your love life because you're starting to wake up and you're starting to realize that you've been manifesting bare minimum. You've been manifesting bare minimum. And so now is coming into the energy of you want the spice, you want the seasoning, you want the flavor, you want the extras. You know, if I walked down the street and I managed to mind my own business and not steal things from people and not punch people in the face, the cops aren't going to come to my house and say, Amethyst, you've been living in this town for the longest time. You go for a walk every single day. You never punch anybody in the face. You never smash anybody's windows. You never start any fights. We're going to throw you a parade. Here's a gift card to show our appreciation. They're not going to do that because that's the very least that I can do. The very least that I can do is mind my business and not damage property and not hurt anybody. That's the bare minimum. And so some of you are looking at your love life like, this is bare minimum, but I want more. I want the connection. I want the passion. I want the fun. I want the laughter. I want the adventure. Like some of you are desiring more. That doesn't mean that you have to leave the person you're with if you're in a relationship, but pay attention to that discontentment. don't brush it off as like, oh, you know what, just shut up and be happy. That discontentment is there for a reason. It's there to help us bring that spice and flavor into our life. The next card that's coming up here is the Hermit. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. If you have a Virgo placement, this area of your life might be coming full force. I don't know, some of you might be like me. I've got Taurus placement, I got Virgo placement. Some of you might be having a lot of changes happening in those areas of your life, and there could be somebody coming in significantly through that area of your life. Now, some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. There could be a Virgo coming in. Another meaning with the major arcana cards for me in reading, well, generally I should say, in major arcana cards for me in a love reading, tell me that you are dealing with a significant soulmate. You're dealing with someone with whom you have a lot of past lives and a contract and agreement to meet in this specific life for a reason. When the Hermit card comes up between two people, and this is something that came to me through meditation and didn't come to me until about a year ago, because traditionally when we see the Hermit, we think of solitude and we think of being single, right? And maybe a lot of you have already embraced that energy. Like you're okay on your own, you're discovering yourself, you're coming into your enlightenment. But one thing I've seen for me in my readings, what Spirit is trying to say when they bring the Hermit card to me in a love reading between two people, it's telling me that this is a relationship that's going to be a big part of your spiritual development, and the sense of like light being shined on things and being taught, being seen, being shown the way. And so it has the, for me in a relationship, it has the dynamic of the mirror, like somebody showing up holding up a mirror to you, to see yourself, to see where your strengths are, to see what you want and what you desire, to see where you require more healing, right? To me, the Hermit is someone that's opening your eyes and helping you see things a different way and helping you to evolve spiritually. So when it comes up for me, it's two-sided. Okay, this person is doing this for you, but you're also doing it for them. It's going both ways, right? So some of you are in this discontentment in a relationship where there's going to be growth. You guys are coming into a time of growth and realization. And some of you who are single, you're manifesting this kind of relationship with someone where there's going to be this growth and this realization. The next card that's coming up here is the Three of Cups. And this can be engagement. Okay, engagement. Traditionally, that's one of the meanings of Three of Cups. It can be birth announcements, engagement announcements, getting engaged. But Three of Cups is celebrating. Three of Cups is coming into like-minded people, finding your tribe, finding your clique, finding your group. So a lot of you, the more that you kind of follow that inner compass, you're going to find yourself around the right people where you're not feeling in that Four of Cups energy. You're not feeling in that discontentment. Those of you who are looking around like, you know what, I have chances here, but these are a bunch of turkeys. Like, I'm not feeling any of it. The more that you're going by your inner compass and the things that are important to you, the things that are inspiring you, you're going to find your people. You're going to find your clique. You're going to find your group. And through these people, you're going to find that soulmate, that mirror. Okay, that person will just very effortlessly fall upon your path in a very unexpected way, in a very mundane way, going about your day. That's the vibe and the feeling that I'm feeling. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if you haven't already. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears. Be well.